Yeah, so what this ruling by the European Court of Justice, the EU's Supreme Court, is saying is that they are yet again agreeing with the European Commission that this constitutional tribunal set up in 2019 violates the principle of the rule of law. Why? Because it is a government-appointed body that can fire judges, that can interfere with the judiciary, and that the Commission and ECJ say violates EU principles. Now, this has been a big back and forth for several years. Poland has already been subject to fines of 1 million euros per day because of a previous judgment saying that this tribunal was not respecting the principle of rule of law. Poland made some adjustments to it. They got that fine reduced to half of that, so €500,000 per day. But that fine is now something around 500 million euros, and that is supposed to be coming out of Poland, what Poland is owed through the COVID recovery fund, which is still being dispersed. So the Polish government wants to get this funding. They want some kind of ruling from the ECJ saying that they've adjusted this judiciary system that they've set up. However, there is a big split in the government about how far they should go to do so. And even there's a law that was supposed to be going through the Polish legislature to change that constitutional tribunal system more in line with what the ECJ is asking for. But in a surprise move, the Polish President Duda, just referred that to the very court system that is under fire. So this has been a big back and forth, and the ball is now in the government's court, how they're going to respond to this. Are they going to say, okay, we've exhausted all options here, we have to comply, or are they going to dig in their heels and lose it out on that COVID funding, and perhaps even worse? All eyes will be on Warsaw for that.
And Dave, as we've been talking, we've been looking at protest pictures from the weekend. I mean, huge crowds of people taking to the streets. So clearly, a lot of people there in Poland do share that concern of Brussels, that Poland is sort of heading down a sort of rather slippery slope.
Yeah, this is part of the wider context here that a lot of Polish people, particularly city residents, are very angry with the right-wing populist government, the Law and Justice Party, for a number of actions kind of dismantling the rule of law and democratic freedoms. These protests this weekend were specifically about a new anti-Russian influence law that the government has proposed, which coincidentally would cover the time period from 2007. That's when the opposition leader Donald Tusk was Prime Minister of Poland. He later went on to become the President of the European Council, here where I'm at now. And the opposition in Poland is calling this the Lex Tusk. They say it's a law specifically designed to target him so that he can't challenge the ruling party in the next election. But all those protests were also very much focused on this constitutional tribunal and this issue of the judiciary. It's got all these things happening all at once. And the Polish government has that election that they have to look ahead to, and people are accusing the government, and those critics include the European Union and the US government, which might hold more sway with the Polish government, that is an interference with politics that is unacceptable. So a lot of pressure on Warsaw to adjust these policies. The question is, will they?
Okay, well, thank you very much indeed for that update from Brussels. Dave Keating, thank you.